Welcome back to Unlimited Reads. You're with Chris, and thanks for joining me today so that I can share with you everything I would like to read in February. Now, we are approaching the last days of January already. It only seems like yesterday that we had Christmas and New Year's, and I think that 2025 is going to shape up to be a year that goes just as quick as 2024 did. So let's get stuck into this list of books I want to share with you with what I'd like to read next month. So starting off, we have book 2 of The Bound and the Broken by Ryan Cahill of Darkness and Light. I really got hooked on this series after reading the prequel novella called The Fall and the first book of Blood and Fire, which I equally enjoyed, and really looking forward to getting stuck into this one. Okay, the next one is now, I did mention in a previous video that I was going to be doing a Frida McFadden themed readathon for February, and I've decided not to do that because there are too many other really good books I would like to sink my teeth into. So I reached a compromise with myself, and I've decided to pick up The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, which is her latest release. It's pretty short, and you know, I couldn't not read one of her books for February, and I've decided to go with this one. If time permits, I might pick up another one of her titles, but this one is a title I'm definitely looking forward to. Okay, now next, I have spoken about this and I am committed. I am going to be starting One Piece, and I'm going to jump on that bandwagon, and I figured that I'll start with the East Blue Saga, and if I like that I will continue. So I've actually ordered all 4 omnibus editions. So what I've decided to do was read half of East Blue. If I really like it, I might just read the rest of the volumes as well. So we've got volume 1, 2 and 3 here in this beautiful Omni edition that I picked up. So you can see they're 3 in 1, which really saves on space. If I was to buy them separately, I wouldn't have the room for them, and even this is pushing the envelope a little bit with the limited space I've got left. But I like the idea of the Omni editions because you know, all self-contained, about 700 pages, but I really read manga very, very quickly, and if I mop these up really quick, I'll finish the final 6 volumes to close it out, and then I'll make the decision on whether I'm going to continue or not. And I have heard nothing but good things about it, and glad to be finally jumping on that bandwagon. And then I've got the second Omni edition with volumes 4, 5 and 6. I have ordered volumes 7, 8, 9. I'm waiting to collect that this week from a local bookstore, and I also have 10, 11 and 12 as well ready to go. So really looking forward to it, and from what people are saying, I should enjoy it. Alright, next book I'm going to talk about is one, it's kind of like a bucket list read for me, and one that has had critical acclaim. It's had over 8 million copies sold, and I'm talking about The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. And I haven't seen the movie to the book. I want to read the book first, then watch the movie, because I think the movie has received critical acclaim as well. And the unique thing about this book, from what I can gather and what people are talking about, is it's told from the point of view of death, which I don't think has really been done much in fiction before. So looking forward to that one. The next book I'm going to talk about is the next Detective Michael Bennett thriller from James Patterson and James O. Bourne. I'm talking about Paranoia, which is going to be the latest thriller, due at the end of January. I've pre-ordered it so that it'll be one of the first books I read next month, and let's have a look at what this one's about. A serial killer is taking out cops in New York City. Could Detective Michael Bennett be next? Michael Bennett says a prayer every time he witnesses a death. In his line of work, it happens too often. But lately, he's attended so many police funerals that his deepening sadness is crossing into the zone of suspicion. Bennett must find the person responsible for the deaths of his friends before he becomes their next target. And with a new baby on the way, Bennett's protective instincts as a father, a colleague and a detective have never faced a bigger test. So it sounds like there's going to be high stakes with this one. I really enjoyed Crosshairs, which was the previous book in the series. The one before that, not quite so much, but the series continues to be a favourite of mine, and it'll be a day one read for me as soon as I have it in my hot little hands. I will be cracking it open, because any James Patterson book, particularly in this series, I read through very, very quickly. And also in February, I'm going to be kicking off my James Bond reading project that I have alluded to in recent times, and I'm going to be starting off with License Renewed by John Gardner. I am going to be slowly reading all of John Gardner's books from his era. I think there's about 12 or 13 of them, in fact, and License Renewed is the first one. And I'm also going to follow up with Raymond Benson as well. I'm going to really get stuck into his stuff as well. So that'll be the first cab off the rank for my James Bond reading project. I remember reading the book way back in, I think it was 1987, when I was really young. I don't remember much of the book, so I'm looking forward to delving back in and exploring some of the James Bond universe told from a different point of view than just Ian Fleming. So it should be very, very exciting. The books themselves aren't very long either, so I should be able to rip through them pretty quickly, and we'll look forward to sharing my thoughts with you on that. And if I manage to get through all those, if I've got a little bit of time up my sleeve, I'll be free to choose what I want, and I may even squeeze out another couple of David Walliams books as well, because they're a lot of fun, and I have been binging his books lately, which has been a blast. But guys, that is it for my February reading possibilities. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, and until the next video, guys, happy reading.